in the firing line. I don't really think that we got to see much of this AWP from forZe, so let's see if that can bail Complexity out and take them to map number 3. The pistol round is already underway. This is not your eyes deceiving you. We are into this one, and Z-Power been given this P250, little mini raid boss. That's courtesy of Mr. Allmazer. Oh, Obo gonna shut down FaZe Crack here. The B-bomb site looking to be the point of contact here for forZe, but it's only Jerry left. You know, brief pause in the action, and suddenly it's all onto one guy.
Some really nice USP shots coming out from Complexity, and, well, forZe are waiting for Jerry to come in on this flank, but the rest of his team won't survive long enough. He's going to go all the way around. Why not? Got time, got no teammates, got the whole world watching, but Rush is waiting in the wings towards CT. Jerry, does he check this corner? That's the question. Rush doesn't have armor either, so even if he doesn't get the headshot, aim punch, one bullet, that should spell the demise of Rush. But it's all wait and see. The timing, oh, he looks away, Jerry. He's been known for his 1-on-5 Glock clutches, so there's always a chance. Throwing all the utility out the map so it can't be scavenged, I kind of like that, but of limited value. Second kill. Surely not. Another man moved to the site, 15 seconds. He's going to have to pick up his running shoes, get moving, but the information has been heard by the man up close. Poison's backed up, and he's cleaned up the round. Complexity taking the pistol. Now, looking on the bright side here for Complexity, forZe, yes, this is their map pick. Yes, this is where they're comfortable and where they've picked up 3 out of 4 wins in the last 3 months. But the last game they played on Train was versus Endpoint. They got smashed 16-7. So all Complexity have to do here is be better than Endpoint.
Speaking of you and what you can do to be a better, head over to gg.bet and go ahead and get in on these odds. Looks like forZe are currently the favorite, and after that first showing in that first map, that would make sense. Now that we see a pistol round going in the way of Complexity, can help to alleviate some of that pressure, but make sure you're doing it responsibly. Head over to gg.bet and check them out, Harry.
I mean, not you, but
you can if you want.
You can have a look.
Not.
We're not allowed to bet.
Yeah, we're actually we're not meant to, but everyone else can. Everyone else can take part in that fun. But it's just because, you know me, if I was betting, I'd just be straight up cheating. So
interesting. Interesting.
He said it.
Yeah.
Now, give us an elaborate, detailed plan of how you plan to do that. I would just love to know.
It all starts with me getting
So what we do is we get an online match. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
On you.
The old. Yeah, I'm just gonna be process. It's gonna be blame F.
Yeah. Let's focus on this one, because this is still a round where things can happen. They're over towards main right now.
Unlike other rounds,
on the
obviously.
side.
Well, you said it.
Look, man, it's anything to get away from the things that Trace tries to get us talking about. And Poison doing the damage here with his M4 actually gets mopped up. So now there's a bit of an avenue here where forZe could do damage.
This could fall apart very quickly.
It really could. This scout on Rush has got to come in clutch, and actually up on top of the Train's FaZe Crack just missing the time, and blame F. The snuff going down, and now is in the back line. FaZe Crack, whoop, there's one. Looks for another. Last man standing, and Rush, well, they'll put him in the ground. Complexity, 2-0.
Scary, certainly scary. And M4 dropped up Ivy, and Deegs finding, well, heads. I guess forZe made that one close. 3 kills in the eco round, but now come out the guns, Harry. Now, the moment we've been waiting for forZe.
These are rounds where anything can happen, but what will happen?
Only one gun for the moment. Still going to take another eco. I guess a bit of a heavy investment in the previous, so letting Flit go ham and trying to follow up behind him with these Deegs. Flit going to run Ivy's side with Jerry, almost his bodyguard. Blame F again, close towards main as he was in the previous round, looking for a second kill, and the Deagle won't be able to connect more than one. Flit does get a frag, Poison again dead up on Ivy. That's a gun for Jerry, but how did Complexity react to that? Uh-oh.
This looks like a house of cards right here. Starting to fall apart. And Flit's there with a good trade onto Rush, who just taken out Jerry. Does set them up for a nice 2v2 config. Getting caught with his pants down out in the open just a little bit as Almazar comes through the ladder room. Setting himself up at E-Box. This is turning into quite a weird situation for Complexity.
Yeah, for really everyone involved, even us as spectators, Flit's wrapping back round, and I don't think Complexity have considered this, but who's going to turn first?
Obo!
Oh, Obo, he feels it in his very core, and he turns around and gets rid of Flit. That there was on a knife's edge, man.
In the plums.
The plums, yep. Yeah.
He just had a spidey sense tingle, and he said, oh, there he is.
Fruity.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, Almazart has been able to do some impressive stuff, but in this situation, getting a bomb plat, that's not bad. Can he do anything on top of it?
Oh, they're sneaking in. They're not even going to spam the train. They're just going to walk contact into the site. Obo getting tagged, but the wrapper's in. Config was already out through the connector. That's a nice way to play it from Complexity. Don't give away the fact that you are in con. Just sneak in, and well, that player wasn't watching the right side of the train. So a third round for Cole. Online season turning out a little bit better for them in this one, but remember, they did get 7 rounds in that CT side of Dust and still got walloped in the second half. So I'm always keeping that in the back of my mind.
Walloped.
Like poison in these last couple of rounds. He's just been getting mopped up on Ivy. I can't wait to see that AWP come out, but money's going to be a bit of a problem with him dead in the last 2 rounds. Can get dropped over, luckily enough. Rush saving the day there. So Poison has got his AWP, and Z-Power will be greeting him very shortly.
Smoke going over the top, and that's going to try and block off this route from back Ivy. That's the AWP of Poison. Going to be given a pretty hard time to play into this round. If this A play does look to come in from forZe, he's just going to have to hold this Ivy side. And, up on top of the trains, BlameF tries to get a bit of a peek in, tries to get the information. That'll be the last thing he ever sees. That advantage now taken for forZe, and, well, they're just going to slow right down. Ooh. Poison back on and looking to get this equalizer. Rush gets forced out, but they were doubling up in the pop dog, so this works perfectly. Config, he's done his duty. He's got 2 kills from this bait and switch setup down in pop, and now he's just got to sit back and watch as Poison and Obo look to deliver. Poison finally shut down, and now once again it's all on the hands of the young gun. 1v2. This man was very, very good in these clutch situations. Back on Dust 2. Will that extend to trade?
Oh, the smoke, the noise, it's all been given up. He knows the plant is close. Does he know where Flit sits? Holding the pop dog. There's a kill, but inside of the smoke, Flit not giving away his position. Wraps round, he's spotted. Obo's got the info, and he's got time to play with as well. No reason to rush this fight. Good set of utility. If he so pleases, Flit going to re-smoke and just sit inside of it, waiting patiently on the bomb train. Obo thinks he's wrapped back. He couldn't be further from the truth, but he's considering all options. Flit not giving him anything to play with, and Obo just has to tap it, force a fight, but he's looking the wrong way. This should be his demise. Flit's not capitalizing. He's cleared the site, and he's got the kill. forZe on the board with their first round. Great clutch from Flit. Really good patience. Obo just waiting and waiting for a peak that was not to come through.
Yeah, and he was just looking for an opening. Obo really had played his cards right there, but obviously even more props over there to the forZe side for not peeking in that situation. So good stuff. forZe put their first round on the board after winning that 1v1. We're going to see a pretty broken setup here in terms of what they've purchased over on the Complexity side.
Ooh.
Fast outside play. They want to get out ahead of this. Face crack running right out to E-Box. Looks to get more than one and will do just that before he's finally shut down. BlameF on the scene. And just 2 pistols here to try to stop the plant. Get some more frags perhaps. And once again, just Obo.
The life of an inner B player, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is Chad Birchall and all our pugs. Guys, right? You need a Molly T-Con, okay? I'm sick and tired of coming to this MTA side and trying to get frags while you guys are all dead. So I'm going to stop playing A. Harry. Go B for me, please. Go B.
That is actually always what happens.
That's pretty much every train game with Chad.
And he'll really lay it on. Like, you, if anything, made it too polite.
Yeah, no, I can't say the words that he says.
Listen up, you bunch of... And then, you know...
What bunch of... Go on.
Brits, mate.
Yeah, you know.
Well, he's got a British passport.
Yeah.
And according to my 23andMe, I'm just saying. Anyway, Obo, nowhere to go with this one. He only has a deagle. Got some armor in his hands, too, so he's going to have to back away.
Drawing from what Hugo said, it is Chad Birchall fueled speech, though, is, you know, the lack of that main molly is actually huge. It's one of the most important things. If you're watching along at home and you want to replicate a good CT side, you'll note that this main utility is so important. And that's why Jerry makes the call, you know, knowing that Complexity are likely going to be buying here, but it's not going to have much behind it. He makes that decision to just say, right, let's barrel out main. They're not going to have the Molotovs. They're not going to have the nades to stop us. They run on in, and as we see, you know, Complexity are just completely caught by the pace. So they've got players trying to move up, trying to get into this position to contend for a main play, and that would have worked fine had there been a Molotov down, had there been a nade in, anything to slow down that push, but they didn't have the money. So very well read from Jerry to capitalize on that, and now send Complexity back down into this situation where they've got nothing to work with here in this one. This time, though, I doubt we're going to see a fast play from forZe. Instead, they might just kind of sit back, wait and see exactly what presents itself. But a lot of that's just kind of in the hands of Jerry and how he and the squad are feeling.
You can run it back. Jerry certainly wants to. They've got, again, the numbers out of T-Con. This time they're waiting for everyone to come together, and wow, look at those flash assists. Face crack, team player, as he gets 4 blinded CTs on the site. All 5 of them are killed, and that's Complexity getting the eco swept from underneath them. Make it quick, make it easy. We don't want to watch any more of that. Give us the guns, as that is what really matters as we get into the next rifle round.
Get those trash rounds out of here. It was a really fast round at that.
Ooh.
Let's see what we got here. 3 scouts inside of Complexity. Tell me more.
This is smart because they wanted the AWP, but they didn't have money for it just yet. So instead of, you know, buying up and giving forZe a chance to go 5-3 before you even, you know, field another AWP on the CT side, you take this, you know, light investment. You've got a good chance of even winning this round if, you know, forZe run a slow round against you. They look to be going in, though, and that could be a problem for the scouts. But yeah, this is a viable round for Complexity. Triple scout. You're going to have the money next round for AWP. So let's see if they can do anything with this. Take away some guns. A save would be fantastic. You can get a Krieg, run away. They've got a double inner as well. So forZe, if they do hit this B bomb site, there is going to be some defense. Rush is here with a scout. But once that bomb's down, Poison and Blame, assuming forZe play correctly, are going to have trouble getting anything done with those scouts.
Both inner eyes from Complexity trained on upper. That smoke is going to block their path of vision down toward the slower side of the inner sight, giving that avenue of approach to forZe. They're going to run all the way through it. Face crack with the MAC-10, sneaks right up on Obo, leaves Rush in a really awkward position. He's just going to try to skate away a little bit. So far, these scouts haven't done much.
No, I mean, when you invest in this many scouts, you're hoping that forZe shows something over towards that A-bomb site early, right? So the second they didn't, this kind of purchase for Complexity became a lot harder to have work. I think it was made even harder by the fact that this hold of Obo and Rush seemed a little bit like misaligned. Give me a moment, but yeah, fine. Jerry gets us back under control. Yeah, the little like crossfire that Rush and Obo tried to have, it would have worked quite well, but there's just that split second where Obo hears the footsteps coming down ramp, and so he gets paranoid in between kind of like Rush's shots over towards upper, that they might push through this lane smoke, and he looks back just for 1 second. As he does, there's already a player wrapping close to the bomb site, sadly. So he gets just kind of caught. If he just kept holding that left angle, I think there's a good chance that that kind of like meaty crossfire between the Scout and Deagle could have presented something for Complexity. Never comes through though. And we're back into the buy round. AWP in the hands of Poison. Aggression, speed, the name of the game for Flit with the Krieg. He gets one from the Pop Dog almost immediately. And now if you're forZe, and if you're Jerry in particular, you really want to try and get in the head of Complexity. You want to live there rent-free. And so you're just going to slow it down. You know that the ball is in Complexity's court to try and make a move, try and get some information, try and find an equalizer. All the pressure is on your opponent. And you're just going to sit in these positions that you've already got for a little bit.
Yeah, you've got to be salivating if you're Jerry. FaceCrack just bailed out of main the second they got that kill, hoping Complexity would bring in some aggression. It's not going to be the case. We've got a triple B setup here. A bit of a gamble for Complexity, but if there was any round to do it, and it might be the right call after all. Smoke's thrown towards the A site, but only to elude vision as forZe will walk back towards B silently. Poison's got that AWP on Ivy. It's going to play into, well, really limited control in this round, as it's all coming down to these 3 M4s on the B bomb site. forZe walking into a full setup. This could get nasty. Smoke's being thrown towards A. That gives them a chance to double back towards Pop Dog if they want. If they spot this B setup, they can bail out of the round. Will Complexity hold their own, though? 30 seconds as a push comes in.
Uh-oh. That's not how you do it. That is, though, Obo and Rush doing just enough to keep him in the fight. And now with the timer ticking down, bomb is down in the site. This has not gone well for forZe. In fact, it's fallen right on its face. They're going to have to get out in front of this, try to get that bomb. And that's not how you do it. Obo's there to answer the call. He's going to go for the tap. And Jerry standing right by.
Ooh.
Nothing they can do. This round's over with.
That's a weird one. I'm surprised Jerry doesn't go back in for the plant. He could have stuck the bomb there. He gets both kills, but, you know, not meaningless, because, of course, the money gets completely shattered for Complexity, who did win the round and now have players on $3,000. But, yeah, Jerry could have won that, man. He could have stuck the bomb after that first fake. I guess he was scared of a player climbing on top of the train and pushing up close, but it was either that or you lose. That being said, this is the next best situation for forZe, right? Killing 5 players and keeping a gun. They've still got their own money, and Complexity are on the edge of reset.
That's the thing. You imagine that from Jerry's point of view. Like, you know, he anticipates that guy climbing up the ladder is coming to kill him. And so getting those 2 kills, he makes a real good scenario out of what could have been a little bit more in that round. And so now, not only is there not these scouts, you know, there's not even rifles over on the Complexity side. Like, look at what's left. You're down to a scout, an MP9, and a FAMAS. So short term, not great for forZe in the last, but long term, they've set themselves up perfectly as long as they close this round out. And with how things are going, with how this is transpiring, that should be the case. And indeed it is. forZe are going to take a 5th, and there should be a 6th to come, honestly. Like, there's no money left for Complexity in this round now.
Back-to-back rounds. Config has sat on E-Box and died in the first 10 seconds to a quick peek from Pop, and that can't continue to happen. Jerry just got it in that previous round. So Config, he needs to switch things up. He needs to change position. He needs to do anything but play E-Box right now, because that is clearly getting countered by forZe.
Well, perhaps that's what they're talking about. We do have a tactical timeout here for the side of Complexity. Perhaps they're going back to the drawing board. And sometimes when you do this, it's not necessarily the round at hand, right? So you're looking at their money situation. You're saying, okay, guys, we're going to save going into this round, maybe get ourselves some nice pistols. But you're strategizing for your next gun round. You're really looking forward to the next time that you get that chance to have an even playing field. So as we're going to see this tactical timeout come to a close, we'll probably see those innovations going into the round following this one.
Yeah, not much you can do here. The options are limited. You can push up a B, you can flank Ivy, you can just set up for an Astralis-style stack on the bomb site where you tuck in all those little hidey holes and wait for a push. But yeah, forZe have been doing a good job of gathering information without necessarily committing to these executes, you know, peeking main for kills, peeking Pop for kills, and then falling back. But FaceCrack, he waits for no one. He gets very aggressive. There is an Ivy push being covered. Flit is there through the fire, through the flames. They get the kill. Flit whiffs, and that's a Krieg being picked up, but still the A site has been lost. Rush has got to do everything, and he's got nothing to do it with. Pistol out, missed shot, and he does drop the AWP, but he doesn't go and pick it back up. That has trapped him in the sandwich, and forZe are coming in from all angles.
Yeah, you love everything about that. Noise being made up on top of the train there. That draws his attention away. Blame F. All right, he's got a Krieg.
They're so ready for this.
But yeah, they...
So hurt, too.
Ooh, maybe.
Hello.
Maybe. Oh, dear.
That's not the answer.
Oh, dear.
Shaky.
Oh, there we go. Not enough damage, though, because Jerry is a tank. 1 HP, and that's forZe with a 6th. Blame F, nice try. But not good enough.
Couldn't find the Krieg, just bought one anyway. They're rolling in dough, Harry. They are the money men right now on the side of forZe.
By the way, we've all been there with one of these mollies.
Yeah,
if that's me running through it, I die to the Molotov. But if that's, you know, someone running through my molly, 16 and 7.
Yeah, you love that.
Yeah.
You do love that. Well, let's see what they have up their sleeve going in this round. Complexity, you're going to look to do something strange here, maybe earning themselves a little piece of change. It's Config going to get himself out there towards the E-Box, elect not to fully commit to it. Probably wise. It's actually keeping the doors pretty open here. Complexity find the first 2 frags in the round. Just a little bit of response. Flit, well, with the Krieg.
Deja vu.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, Jerry makes up for it, though. Even gets out with the bomb as well. That smoke is faded towards Sandwich, and Poison's line of sight has been opened up. The AWP on top, and Z-Power perfectly peeks that position. Obo alone left in a clutch again. He got close last time. This time he's found one. Knows where that AWP sits. Just going to smoke himself off and try and stay alive for the time being. Reposition. He spots that player towards the back of Brown, so his assumptions are correct.
There it is.
And the shot is there as well to connect. It's a 5th round for Complexity, and the AWP gets saved.
You can take Obo out of the B bomb site, but you can't take the B out of Obo, because then it would just be ooh. And that's terrible.
And that,
but
what?
A fifth round for Complexity, all on the back of the young B anchor there. Now, here's something I was going to say, right, with forZe, they've kind of just been going for these fast A plays. Like, these have all been very, very fast rounds. And this, if you're watching it at home, this might kind of feel like how some of these matchmaking games end up feeling. I think it's very, very common to see teams rinse repeating these fast A plays if they feel like their opponent doesn't have a solid grip of how to hold this A bomb site. You can harass the hell out of A in the early game, and that is exactly what forZe have been doing every single time. Hopefully that clutch from Obo is like a bit of a grounding back to reality for this forZe squad. And, you know, Complexity kind of showing, you know, you can't just mock us with these fast A plays time and time again.
Well, they were able to win that duel against Config how many times, right? So
exactly.
they're able to get out there and really exploit that, starting around basically a man down. I mean, now obviously they haven't pressured him in this round. He's kind of moved himself over the ladder. But the brunt of this hit looks like it's going to be coming from Ivy. 3 members of forZe stacked up on that side.
Ooh. They've smoked both sides, so they could boost up on top of this box, and Blame is so ready for it, but they're instead just going to contact through a smoke. Poison is waiting in CT. No flashes lined up, just going to drive peek it. Dangerous plays. Poison just going to back up, though, as a spam through the smoke from Blame will connect for a kill. That's the AWP gone for forZe, and now the AWP for Complexity needs to show its value. Quick jumping across, and they get past. Will they re-peek back into the scope? That could be a danger, but Jerry gets away with a frag. The right eye peek works wonders, and forZe are back in this round with huge map control.
Man, look at Obo trying to maneuver, like he's trying to stay alive. And fair play to him. He's been so damn good in these situations. But this time, he just gets wrapped on for every position at this B bomb site. He does well, I think, to get away with 1.5 there. Almeza gonna get caught over here in heaven. Finally, we're seeing some signs of life from Config as he tries to make this retake happen. He's got a teammate down at ramp, face crack. There shouldn't be a way if you get out of this alive. And yeah, Config deals with it from heaven. 3 from the Dane in the server. At least one of the Danes in the server.
That's what happens when you don't die in the first 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Config comes alive. And I mean, the difference there is he gets inside of the pop dog for a change, right? He doesn't just sit E-box. He has the spawn. He crosses inside, and he lets forZe go B, only to come in on that backstab flank. Something the forZe have not had to deal with on these B plays because they've often killed Config and then gone into the late inner XX. So it's not really been a problem, but now I'm sure Config is going to be covered if he tries to do that again.
The re-peek there by Jerry onto Poison on old bomb.
Yeah.
Just, those are one of those shots you just kind of feel. You're just like, ow, that one. Yeah, I felt that.
That's a fight you should never go for.
Yeah, but a fight you should never win either.
Yeah.
But both things happen.
Things do happen. 6-6, we have a tie ball game.
Oh dear, Config, bro, be careful, man.
Yeah,
don't play with my heart like this.
This is bad. He's back in the same position, but is he going to get a different result?
Well, they are ready to answer.
He is.
They're ready to pounce on this. The side of forZe, at least.
Russia's got a great position with that Krieg to cover T-Con. Config just needs to worry about the ladder side. That smoke is deep, and that means the player in ladder can sneak out. Almeza has a bit of a gap, a bit of a chance, but Config knows it, and he's creeping. He's crawling. He's coming, and he's in the back line. That's Pop Dog taking control of, and a great position for Complexity to hold as forZe try and burst T-Con.
Blame F up close, and he'll knock down this house of cards. Z-Power and Jerry left standing in a 2 versus 5. They do deal with Flame F up there on top of the blue train. And with 45 seconds left, they've still got plenty of time to play around with here. You can feel how claustrophobic this A-bomb site has gotten in a matter of seconds.
Damn, okay.
Z-Power is going to delete Config, and now it's down to a 2 versus 3. forZe, they keep kind of disappearing, and I think, oh, there's that kill from Poison. they're hoping that Complexity get in their own heads a bit and overcomplicate this, but they're not. They've read it well,
What?
and poizon shut down both players.
All right, Rushley, run it back. We need to see that kill.
We need to see that one.
Jerry started running because he got spotted. He's like, oh, okay, the AWP's already fired. I've got a second where I can cross through this little gap. No, just going to get wall banged through it instead. Go home.
Let's check it out. Let's see what happens here.
Bang.
So the first kill.
Misses the shot. Oh, no. Yeah,
the second one.
The second one, yeah.
Oh. Just by the hair on his chinny chin. Good stuff.
Unreal scenes. Poison has been so quick today. Z-Power's been holding his own. I mean, he fought him in a lot of those AWP battles in the first map, but this is a new stand for Complexity, 7 rounds. That being said, again, don't want to get ahead of myself. It is the T side that Complexity have had troubles with, and we are a little away from that. forZe still have an eco, and then their final round to buy. Bailing out of Ivy as the utility comes in. Smart decision from forZe, avoiding these HE grenades.
Yeah, the thing that I think has kind of bailed Complexity out is that as this utility has now become available over on the CT side, Config over at PopDog has had a much easier time, right? And they've been able to slow down this main aggression. So he's not having to watch 2 positions at once. He's just been focusing on the PopDog in these last few rounds and actually finding success from it. Now, I think, you know, winning that previous round was so key to Complexity closing out this half with this game in their advantage. Not just because it's bought the money out down low now for forZe, but because they're going to keep having that utility till the very end of this half. However, heading into the second half, right, we've kind of seen forZe, as we were saying, playing that like disrespect card of just hitting this A bomb site. It was kind of obvious that Complexity was struggling when they didn't have everything they could possibly need. Well, T side, let me tell you, it can kind of feel like the same thing, apart from it feels like you're running into a brick wall. If you're up against the CT side that really knows what they're doing, that really has it down pat, and you're kind of, you know, just playing it by ear, going through the motions, that's when it can start to feel very, very impossible. And you don't necessarily have that same lifeline that you do CT side trade.
And, you know, I just have to go back and look at this, and I have to say, the situation that we find ourselves in with forZe is probably because they don't have a Swedish coach. If I had to really draw
you read that one from the notepad
Neither did Cole, so how does that work?
That would be from Harry Russell, 2020. All right.
Cole have the UK scene on their side. They have Keita.
True.
So, I mean, you know, Endpoint showed that they can beat forZe back in Anaheim, and now we've got more Brits beating forZe, at least in this map, down in the series by 1. But it's early days, Trace. We got all day long to work out where this one is going.
It's true. Very true. This one looks like it's going towards this inner site. There's 5 deep over here on the side of forZe. Oboe getting the peek, only grabs 1. Rush will be there to respond as they try to flood out into the lower part of this bomb site. And quite a good shot there. Face crack and flip, lighting them up.
The trades.
Yes, just poison with AWP. 1v2. Does have a kit, 1 flashbang. And as that bomb gets planted, he's going to find himself in the back of the site. They feed him a kill there. Now a 1v1. A winnable situation here for Poison. Quick on the draw. Almazar, very low. Does have a Molotov. Does have a smoke. Op the op, though. This could get real dicey.
I love this restraint from Allmazer, right? He's not scoping, he's not doing anything, he's just playing for the sound cue and he's waiting. And as a result, this has wasted so much time off the clock. You know, that bomb is almost ticked away. Now the Molly's given up the jig, he knows that he's here. Poison, no scope, gets the kill, runs through the Molotov, tags himself up, but he's still got that defuse. He's gonna lock that in as he wins that 1v2 clutch. He'll cement a 9-6 half for Complexity. They're trying to take us all 3 maps. They're trying to take us the distance. And well, if Poison and Co can keep this up, then we just might get there. Find out the results of this map and maybe even this series after a quick break. Do not go anywhere.
That's how we know when we level up. They can try, but can do it like Vinny. Yeah, no permission. I got it.
yeah. Ay, push start, ayy. Ball so hard, ayy. Raise the bar, ayy. Turn into a star, ayy. Play my part, yeah. I aim too far. I do it big. I keep it large, okay. Live it up. Cause it's fake, better give it up. Young, but I feel like I've seen enough. Numbers going up, better keep it up. It's slowing down, better live it up. About too hard, ayy. What? About too hard, ayy. What? About too hard, ayy. About too hard, yeah. I'm killing your favorite rapper with minimum effort. Yeah, your coach getting severed. The industry dry as a desert. Do whatever it is that you think that you're doing, I'm doing it better. Straight double use, that's my letter. Don't got no snakes, only ladders, ayy. They tryna figure out what's on our plate. Infinity sideways, we already ate. Skipping is basic, skipping is classic. Stay out of trouble, now I can relate. Nevertheless, again, I'm doing great. I just finished this thing, ain't no debate. You ain't my dog, you ain't my family, and sure as hell, you're not my mate. Yeah, I take my place at the summit. I can't wait till we counting them hundreds. I cannot lie, I ain't rich, yeah, but when I say my time coming, it's coming. And some of y'all got ahead of me, to be honest, I wasn't even running. But very soon I'ma run it. I demand it, man, I want it. Push start, ayy. Ball so hard, ayy. Raise the bar, ayy. Turn into a star, ayy. Play my part, yeah. I aim too far. I do it big. I keep it large, okay. Live it up. Cause it's fake, better give it up. Young, but I feel like I've seen enough. Numbers going up, better keep it up. Ain't slowing down, better live it up. About too hard, ayy. What? About too hard, ayy. What? About too hard, ayy. About too hard, ayy. They not gon' like this, don't like surprises. I cause a crisis, man, I'm a scientist. With the music I spice things, up to my liking. Man, I want nice things, nice things. That's not an AK, it's a Uzi. I pull up and shoot it to movie. I'm chasing the bag, not a coochie. Cut ties with the fake, now it's Gucci. Word of my niggas from the 021, you can't
Complexity have bounced back. We find 9 in the first half to the 6 of forZe. And now we're going to switch the script up a little bit. We're going to give that T-sided pistol over to Complexity, see what they can do with it here at the ESL Pro League Season 11. Opener for Group B, opener for both of these teams. And now we get to see if Complexity can stay alive in this best of 3. They have already faltered the first map. It was forZe that picked up Dust 2. Currently looking at Train, and should we need it, we'll be going to Mirage. And with me is going to be Harry and Hugo, who are chomping at the bit to take on a pistol round. Isn't that right, Harry?
I'm chomping, and the bit is here, and I am over the moon. We're getting into this second half almost immediately. There's no waiting around today. Rush is lining up this smoke. That's going to get thrown on in. Flashbang to try and help out. But if I had to hazard a guess, this is going to be the B play. The bomb is down. That smoke is into connector, and that's going to block off any of these rotations. But no, it's a little fakeroo. They go back with the bomb. They show it at B ramp, and now they go away. They've got a player out from Ivy. They've got Rush in through main. This is all an A play, and Complexity had this prepared from round 1. That bomb is now in tow. It's going to go down, and forZe are fully displaced. No one is in the right spot. No one is where they're meant to be. They've got to try and cobble this back together to get this 4-on-5 retake in the bag.
What a sick call from Cole, showing the bomb to force rotations, and Obo even gets a kill out B upper. That keeps forZe on the wrong place at the right time for Complexity. This retake has got to happen, and it's got to happen fast. Flame up on Ivy, Flit with a quick kill, but it's still going to be an advantage for Cole. Looking like double digits here in this second half of Complexity, unless Jerry can stand up tall, and he does get a couple of kills, but this defuse would need to be stuck if he wants to win this round. He's the one with the kit, and he's just going to spin, circle,
my
round.
God,
No, it's all
Oh my God, they got it. They got the defuse.
And if there's one
bot.
valuable lesson there, spin to win, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you get the defuse. Holy smokes, is exactly what we've just seen there. Perfectly played by Complexity. Everything looked down to a T, and then you get one guy spinning on a defuse, and then everything falls apart. Wow. Perhaps we could take a look at that one in the skybox. We'll take a look at it potentially.
Yeah, give me time. Give me time, Trace.
In the meantime, those were the GG.bet odds. So if you are participating in that sort of
what the
behavior,
I'm shocked, man. I'm shocked.
I'm shook. Like, Jerry.
I get it. I totally get it.
Did Cold pause after that? I'm not surprised.
Also, you can see his like terrible low sensitivity trying to complete like each spin, doing it like 80 degrees at a time, you know.
So you just hit the DPI button twice and just go with it. Just do massive
Harry,
swings.
dude, do you want to break this down for us?
Here's the real play. Let me tell you.
Let's hear
you
it.
bind Alt to change your MYOR setting and then unchange it when you let go. You hold down Alt, which then changes the MYOR, which makes the rotation in the X-axis really high and the rotation in the Y-axis like negligible. So you can spin so fast. And then you just have a spin button, a spin bind. Look that one up if you're interested in doing.
I like that. The spin button. Usually that's what causes me to report people in matchmaking is the spin button. But in this case, I can see that that is not what's going to happen. Unfortunately for Complexity, they do not pick up that pistol. forZe really needed that one, though, to stay in the game. And now they can purchase up a little bit. Krieg's out for Complexity.
FaceCrack's got a kill on the ladder, I think, with a shotgun. That is insult to injury here for Complexity. They've got to swallow it down whole. FaceCrack's going back for another. He's just missed the timing. Oh, dear, the ladder noise. And he gets her blade catching him, but the trade is there for Almeza, getting control of the B halls. He can leave. He knows Complexity aren't coming B after that amount of disruption, but maybe they will through the long way around. The CT spawn rush, finding Jerry, catching him on the cross, and now Z-Power, he spots them go, but he doesn't stop them go as Complexity get control in the CT spawn. Almeza has to do it on his own.
Oh, I love that. What is this movement we're seeing out from the Complexity guys? The little ladder stall to get that double peek is stellar. Bomb plant found now. And forZe, they've got Z-Power left alive. He's got himself armor and this P250. Now, there's weapons around. He can definitely retrieve something. But for me, it's all about whether or not he wants to give this a look in, because you've got to be tempted. You know, you've got to be considering it.
Oh,
that
my
kill?
God.
And now if he's not feeling tempted, I don't know what will get him interested. Poison's the last man left, and Z-Power's making great time up in the air. Damage is done to Z-Power, and a Krieg retrieve. Time's ticking away, and there's just no time for the defuse. He doesn't have time to deal with Poison. He navigates that 1v1 well, and Complexity, they'll get themselves a 10th round on the board, albeit at a pretty heavy cost.
Yeah, that is, that's something right there. But good bounce back for Complexity after the turmoils of the first round.
Now, this is very back and forth to start the second half, and at least the money now going to start to be called into question for forZe. This should give Complexity a bit of a lead on the T side. You can see pistols out. They're going to force. They are going to do as their name suggests and try and get back into the swing of things. Eagles, Scout, and the save Krieg from Almeza. Where will Cole go? Looks heavy towards B at the start of the round with 3. Going back towards Ivy, and the bomb even picked up towards T-Con. So just a standard default here for Cole at the start of the round. Seeing if forZe want to bring the heat anywhere.
Oh.
Cool angle.
This is some real production value. Rush had to climb up into this vent and put that camera there.
We actually haven't let him out.
That's where he'll be distancing himself. Deagle out down towards Ivy. Looking for this kill. Poison and Rush are on the other side. They're going to go to smoke off CT. Molotov the close angle. Now this little double setup between Almeza and Flit, it could be great. But I don't even think Complexity are too keen on putting much of a presence down towards Ivy. They actually turn Poison away. They're going to leave Rush here. He's only got that Galil to give on over. Blame F is holding the pop dog. This is where he's actually got a couple of kills now for the Complexity side. And I think what Complexity are doing here is they're trying to leave their options open to kind of on the fly decide if they want to go back into another one of these fakes. Right now, Rush's job is to try and keep these players on A. They see that second round of utility go in towards Ivy, and they hear the footsteps. But you could see that Z-Power wasn't too sold on this idea, right? He actually left A on the back of that smoke and flash combination. So I think forZe have a bit of a read here. They've got a good idea as to what might be going on, but this is where leaving your options open is going to come back to yield some good results for Complexity. They had it set up so that depending on what happens at B, they could still go back to A. That's exactly what they've done. Very, very short notice, and they're going to win the round on the back of it. FaceCrack is now the last man left, and he's a long way from home.
Very good setup there in terms of a sort of seesaw effect, if you will. Complexity's able to apply pressure just about through the entirety of the map, keeping a lot of attention focused there on the inside. Meanwhile, guess what? They're outside again. They've done this before. They've proven that it worked in the pistol round, trying to run it back. And by worked, it's not every day that you see a guy spinning in a defuse.
Yeah, right. At least no kits here for forZe on the bright side, so it doesn't fall out of control just yet. But FaceCrack is looking to do as his name suggests, try and get some upgrades maybe, but no one giving him a gun. He'll go back into connector after the bomb explodes and look for that weapon. Ooh, he's run right past one, but he's found a Krieg regardless. It's all good in the hood, but Complexity right now, 11 rounds up. Things are looking fantastic on this T side to bring us to a third of Mirage. There's always a chance, and considering how good that map has been for Complexity in the past as well, things might normalize, they might stabilize if this map goes their way. forZe, their pick here. How good is their outer hole going to be? We'll have to wait another round to see, because again, it's pistols. All too familiar territory here for the Russians in this game so far, and Complexity with another freebie, you'd think.
Yeah, I think the key here for forZe is going to be taking this pop dog control away from Complexity, because they've already kind of shown that they're not really willing to challenge Ivy. And every time they've tried, this has pretty much been the result. And it is just death, the way of forZe. Yeah. When the rifles come back out, I would love to see a player go for this pop dog control, because you think about that failsafe that Complexity have been employing with the kind of B and A rotate that they can do, and it hinges severely on your ability to hold pop dog. You know, you're leaving those rotates down to the final 15 seconds, you don't have time to go for a lengthy rotate back through T-spawn. So there's a world in which forZe can kind of try and like break this idea that Complexity have, and they can kind of break it apart and turn it against their opposition, as long as they hold this pop dog position.
So you talk about fail safes, and I am curious. I know that we have the ability to talk to Rushley, and I'm very curious. Okay, so you're observing pistol round, and you see all this going down. How do you feel about this, Rushley? When all this is transpiring, does your heart sink to your stomach?
I'll tell you what, pistol rounds are definitely sometimes the hardest, because, you know, it takes a shot, right, and then everybody's dead. But I don't know. When it's scrappy on train, it can get very difficult, that's for sure.
Spin to win, Rushley. Spin to win.
I'm trying.
I feel you, my friend. Well, that is Rushley. He's our observer. He's the one making the game beautiful so that you can all appreciate it at home. Maybe even learn a few things. Hey, Rushley, can we get a hey, Future Pros?
Hey, Future Pros.
God, that is so beautiful.
I know. He hits
love it
every time.
Sounds like a soundboard.
You think
hey,
that beginning bit is pre-recorded and they put it in, but no, Rush does each and every one of them individually.
Yeah. No soundboards around here. We're keeping it real. Real as you possibly can now that weapons are on both sides of the equation. This would be a good hold for Complexity to have.
Flit is rolling the dice in this round. He's gone down, a deep down Ivy by the server. He's going to actually back up, and that's a smart decision, because for Complexity, plenty of utility and plenty of time to clear that position. Smoke fades, and now Complexity are interested. But there's the AWP moving in to silence these Ts. T-Power waiting. The flash is good, but he'll go back in for more without a doubt. So fast on this gun, and Poison gone like the wind. Flick gonna repeat back in with the smoke, but they will take him down. Z-Power somehow doubled up. I'm not sure how. He kills a man coming out Olof. So Blame F removed from the situation as Complexity again try and wrap through CT spawn. Easier said than done, but they've got a man deep. Can he do anything?
Yeah, preemptive rotation around from FaceCrack, right? They're going to split this up 2-2. Jerry wins a crucial fight. Z-Power is the gift that keeps on giving with a third kill now on that AWP. Obo's nade, while he gets away with some damage, now they know where this lone gunman resides. He will deal with the first. Half health left on Obo. Z-Power already honed in on the angle, cements it with 4. Getting, you know, almost all the work done single-handedly in that round there. Since that AWP now coming out and getting its way into his hands, it's really kind of sent a bit of a message throughout the server that these fast plays, these kind of cheeky little ideas that Blame F and Co have had over on the Complexity side, well, they might not work if Z-Power has his way.
Yeah, I mean, it shows the value of all those ecos forZe took at the start with forcing back and forth and, you know, losing to Complexity's eco and buying back in back-to-back rounds and eventually getting this AWP out. It's shown its value. The question is, has it come too late? 12-8. It's going to be a long road to recovery here for forZe, so it needs to keep on consistently. Lots of nades on this outer site. Faster play for Complexity as well. They will get out through T-Con after those mollies expire. There's the AWP finding first blood again. Boost on the site. They are ready for it. And Rush will get a kill before the trade is in. The boost gets dropped from the top. And Config has found himself deep down Olof. Some good positions for Cole, but still down a man. And, you know, if this bomb gets dropped in the open, that could be the round done.
Oh, config, big kill. Wants to get a bit more. There is the bomb as well. So he has to be a bit careful here. Doesn't want to risk losing that in enemy territory. Rotation back around. forZe actually up and leave the B bomb site in its entirety on the back of seeing the bomb there. And Complexity, they just wait. They go dead silent. They're trying to get in the head of forZe. They're hoping that someone starts to doubt. And Jerry, well, could be the doubter or he could be the savior. And it looks like it might just be the latter. Poison gets removed. BlameF is actually in with the trade almost immediately. Config swinging wide. And that there is a big kill. Once again, all the pressure this entire round falls onto the shoulders of Z-Power. Only this time, they're not trapped fighting him. He doesn't get the decisions. He's got to have the read. And he hears these rotations. He backs away towards B. They double up down the ramp. And that's almost the lineup. The bomb's gotten into B. BlameF holds down the ramp though. Doesn't shift, doesn't go for the bomb plant, just holds his own. And that is a very big balls play from BlameF, but also something that saves the round, right? Z-Power starts to believe 8 seconds left on that clock. He's got to get those numbers punched in. He's got to get that bomb down. But Blame just holds. And that's brilliant. This kill just gets handed to him for free. And that there is the 13th round for Complexity now. This T side looking fantastic.
Really has all come together here for Complexity. Good patience there in the 2v1. Good call there from Blame. We're going to see him get out Olaf playing against these pistols in this round. 3 Deagles, 1 P250 over on the side of forZe, 13-8. Getting down to those crucial numbers. Almazar's got something to say about that. Holding the inner lower. It's only good for 1. Bomb will get planted from Complexity. And, well, if you look at it, forZe really has no way to get back into this round. Perhaps try to cost him some money, maybe even grab a weapon or two. Nowhere to go, only to hide. It's going to be 14 here for Complexity. They look to wrap up this map with a quickness. They want to take us to a third. They want to put us on Mirage. And that's the decider. And that would have been a disgusting shot.
Yeah, not quite. No freak out today. Not yet, anyway. And
it's not too late.
I don't know. It feels like it. Now maybe it is. There's that. That's something at least. You know, a bit more damage done. Oh, Deagle not quite connecting, but that's the thing. I mean, for Complexity, that one kill that comes in at the end really does actually matter, in all honesty. Like, even with BlameF dropping a gun over, you're not going to have full rifles here. You're going to have to make some compromises when it comes to getting this utility. And we've mentioned how important the utility has been for Complexity. Now, forZe, they don't have that problem. They've got plenty of money. Z-Power's got the AWP. There's rifles for everybody else. So, like, even though that one kill at the end, or those couple of kills at the end, don't really feel like they're going to have a world of meaning, they really do kind of impact at least these next 2 or 3 rounds, especially if forZe is able to pick this one up. If they get this, there's no money for Complexity. And so that can be a way for forZe to get back into this map right at the very end. It's a small window of opportunity, but it's a window of opportunity nonetheless.
Well, it is there. Can they seize it, though? We do have weapons out on the side here for forZe. It's do or die time, at least here in the second map. They did win the first. This would push us into Mirage, should they concede these next 2 rounds. For the time being, they're going to get really pushed up here in the yard. At least forZe is. A little bit of an Ivy presence from Complexity, too. They're going to keep their windows open as well, it seems. Perhaps looking to split outside later, or abuse the fact they can go towards old bomb and then wrap from CT spawn into inner. But only time's going to be able to tell. Very aggressive stance here from the side of forZe. Config seemingly aware of it, trying to spam through the wall. Don't think he's getting the desired result. But he smells them right around the corner. He just knows they're right there.
This must be very frustrating, man. And that's the thing. While he knows there's one here, I do not imagine in any capacity he's ready for this, like, horrid little double stack construction that's been thrown in
about to
with
get real
both the
weird.
players like at a different level of height as well to make it even harder to go for this trade. So config just gets removed straight up. And okay, like, you know, you've been able to retrieve that Krieg. The Mac 10 is now out of play. It's rifles across the board. It might not feel like much, but suddenly you've been locked out of this entire main position. That means you have to change the entire game plan if you're Complexity. They go back here towards Ivy. They try and switch it up, and they do manage to get through. Their smokes have allowed them some ground, but Z-Power and Flit,
wow.
Ooh,
See ya, dude.
Z-Power especially not missing a beat. They get that round back under control. There's a 9th for forZe, and this is where that money problem rears its head for Complexity. forZe, if they were ever going to make this comeback happen and get it done in 2, this is kind of all the recipe it is before us right now. You know, we've got Z-Power showing up with the AWP. We've got them ahead economically. They're setting the pace. They're taking these gunfights early, and they're really not allowing Complexity to run their game and play their strats. And that's exactly what you need to do if you're forZe.
Jerry in the ball game for sure. Between him and X-Power, you're right. They had some 46 frags going into this round between the two of them. Now they're going to put one foot up as well. They do take out Blame F early in the round. Again, pistols here, though, for Complexity. Living on a prayer. Looks like it's going to be the double drop into the Pop Dog or ladder room. And it's going to be successful. Config with the CZ. Takes Jerry out of the fight. Even strength across the board. 4-4 with one rifle recovered there on Config. That's an M4 in his hands. And now what will they do? The bomb's still in an area where it could traverse to go outside. They could go inner if they want to group up and give that a whirl. They have one smoke on Config. How will they try to work themselves into this bomb site?
It's going to be about the kills, Trace. One man on the site to stop them. This AWP could rain down death from above, and Z-Power's at a range. He hits a shot. Almeza follows up with 2, and now just the bomb left to do it all. Config, here's a flank. He's going to go back. Face crack dead as well. That opens up a route. He could go A. He split the players, 1 per site, but Flit is still close pop, and that allows him to flank, considering Config is committed towards B. Going through the smoke and dropping on the site. Z-Power, he can guess, but he doesn't know. It's only an assumption. This allows Config to get close, and he's got time to get the plant in as well, trying to go as deep as he can. Gets heard, fakes it out, goes for the shot, and gets the kill. Now he can commit towards A if he wants, but does he know that Flit's coming in through the connector? It's that or the flank. Config has to gamble, and he goes for the plant in the center of the site. Flit being silent, but he's been spotted, and Config has a chance to ace this round. He's done it. 15 for Complexity, and what a play from Config.
Super good stuff there from the side of Config. He needed to step up. We kind of bashed on him a little bit, and now he's in the game. Hugo, what do you got for us?
This is the pistol round. Going over it again really quickly. What was so sick, we had this fast smoke from Rush coming out from T-Con for Complexity on this T side. Now, this looks like an A smoke. Couldn't be further from the truth. It actually lands towards Connector on B. In the meantime, Complexity, fast B play. Obo gets the pick out upper as well, and Complexity double back into the A site after showing the bomb. For the meantime, forZe completely stacked towards the wrong side of the map. And, well, yeah, we'll hold that off for later. Maybe not best of times, considering the round is live.
Well, it is a game of smoke and mirrors. You look at it right there, and that's something you have to look at in every single round. And not every single round, you're going to see Flit popping off with Deagle. Finds 2 there on the Complexity, Harry.
Yeah, and we're into this 3-on-3. The 3-on-3 that decides whether or not we're going the distance to all 3 maps, or if this keeps on going a little bit longer. Config might have just missed the timing there, but actually they've given him a moment. Molotov's gone in. He's not ready, surely, for Jerry to already be ahead of it. I don't think he's considered this. That nade does what, 2 damage? Not insane, but maybe he heard it. Ooh, Z-Power's gone, but still, Jerry's an unknown entity. There's Config again, and he's already on with 5 in the last round, 3 in this. 8 of the 10 kills there to end this one. From the Dane in question, Config having a great resurgence there towards the very end. And Complexity, they've taken us the distance. We're going to Mirage. We're going all 3. And I mean, this series has become one that you really do not want to miss. We've had some great moments thus far, and there's probably even more to come, Trace.
There certainly is. We're going to be going to a quick break. We're going to come back, wrap up Train before we jump into Mirage. Don't move a muscle, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back after this break.